it pops up. Here we go. We're going live. We are live. Oh, God, I love being live. I am alive. And I feel so good. And I feel so good. And it feels good to be alive. And it feels so good. Oh, and he's back. Let's see if we're live, Jacob. Can you hear us?
Sure. What's up,
You're
guys?
good? You're good?
Chilling.
All right. We're just getting all the sharing and all that other fun stuff right up first.
Yes, sir.
Making sure everything is all good. And then we're gonna get into it. I usually sing now because I don't have an intro.
Works. You make your own intro. That's how we do it here.
I make my own intro. And then everybody starts leaving. And like,
You make your own.
like, what is going on? Alrighty. And everybody's ready. Everybody's ready. Here we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a packed house. That's right. North Sports Dynasty is kicking it. We got my co-host, Alex.
There you go.
And then we got Mr. Robert Ewing from our fantasy football league as well. And then if I can get the fingers correctly, we got Mr. Jacob Charnell from 1252 Sports joining us today as well.
Hey, guys.
How are we all doing today?
Oh,
Very good. Very good.
Doing well.
Yeah, better than my Gators, apparently.
Yeah,
Oh,
my Wolverines are barely holding on here. It's 14-6 still, early in the third.
Hi, Teresa. Thank you for tuning in. And hello to everyone. Welcome to this episode of North Sports Dynasty. It's Saturday. We're talking fantasy football. And we also got a special emergency rant coming in about, let's say, 20, 25 minutes. So if you're only here for this emergency rant, we got about 20, 25 minutes, and I'll get into that. Don't you worry. But first, let's do a proper introduction. We have my co-host, Alex Loosemore. We have, again, Robert Ewing from our North Sports Dynasty, 1252's Jacob Charnell. And we are here to talk about the fantasy football world and everything else that is going around in not only football, hockey, basketball, baseball, whatever we get to, we talk about. That's what this is on this show. We also got a lot of people tuning in. Your dad, first of all, go blue. Oh, Jay, I love you, Jay. I got to meet your dad. I got to get drinks with your dad one day. Me and him.
Go Irish. Go Irish to your dad.
Go, yes. So for everybody tuning in, everybody's wearing a college shirt or hat today. So I had to go and get the only thing that I actually have in my house, which is a North Dakota hockey hat that I will wear. This is Tyson Jost draft hat, by the way. Thank you very much. Allegedly, just in case he ever gets in trouble for that. So it's alleged. Who knows? Now I'm going to wear it for a little bit because that's not my style. I look like a trucker.
By the way, Rob, I'm just going to hop in here and say the Irish is better than the Spartans.
Yes.
Had you brought up the Spartans or the Buckeyes, my dad would have been on you. But
I do got one question. Is the hat like from our high school? Because
No, this hat is actually bought for Notre Dame.
Nice.
It even has the ND on the back. So
see, me and my dad are the same way. We cheer for the Irish except for when they're playing Michigan.
Nice. That's actually so like quick little thing too. I just got this warehouse job, and I wanted to get along with everybody. There's a lot of Oilers fans, like me and Robert talked about on a couple of shows there, and the Oilers lost to the Red Wings, which is not.
Yeah, they did.
Listen,
didn't they lose to Buffalo too?
Who, the Oilers?
Yeah.
What was that other loss? I'm not too sure. It was very early in the season. I know that.
I will look it up.
But I'm going to tell you this right now. As a couple of Red Wing fans here, not only on the show, but in the chat as well with Jason there, that's like a first round playoff win for us, okay? Like just coming off of a win against the Golden Knights and then the Oilers, I'll take that every day.
So the Sabres did just beat the Oilers last night.
Oh, what?
I told you.
3-2, and the other loss was The Kraken right off the bat. Or wait, no, that's preseason. My bad.
I was like, no, they did not. I would have known that.
I believe it was the Canucks then.
Hockey.
See, Jacob, you just have to either choose between the Islanders or the Rangers or the Devils. That's you have to choose one.
Okay, so this is an interesting one. The first hockey game that I ever saw was a Florida Panthers game. I was in Boca, Florida, and I was with I think like my third cousins who were they're Panthers fans.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, like the Panthers are pretty cool. Like maybe I'll be a Panthers fan. And they were like, don't do that. They're like, you have so many options. Why would you be? Don't do that.
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah.
Like pick a team from up there that you can actually see play. And I was like, I mean, I guess the Devils because I'm from New Jersey and so I guess I'm a Devils fan technically.
Okay.
I do like my favorite player besides Steve Yzerman of all time was Scott Stevens. So respect to the Devils there.
I don't know who that is, but go Devils.
Okay, we need to get off this topic. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You're
Canada.
Canada and sports. And if you want to hear my rant, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. All right, so let's go into some of this fantasy talk that we got here. So the big bread and butter that we have here on the show is our 5-start sits and slumps. It's a guide to kind of help ladies and gentlemen out there going into your next week, which is obviously tonight, setting up your lineups, and tomorrow morning, making sure that you don't have any weird injuries, which, Alex, let's talk about a couple of them right off the bat. Can you tell us about what happened to the Rams today?
Yeah, so on pretty much the exact same day, they signed Odell Beckham Jr. to be like their third or fourth receiver. Their second receiver, Robert Woods, tore his ACL in practice. He is done for the year. So that number 2 slot, like just weapon-wise, is open. You got Higbee, you got at the tight end, you got Van Jefferson, and now you have Odell Beckham Jr. So a lot of question marks there for the Rams on who's going to be that number 2 weapon.
It's just disappointing, very disappointing for the Rams. Not just because of the injury. It's because, obviously because of the injury, but because this team is ready to go. As a Buccaneers fan, I'm going to say this appropriately. I am always happy when there is a advantage towards my team. I am always going to hate when that advantage becomes an injury for the other team. I want to beat the teams ahead of me fully healthy. That's always the way I want it. That's always the way I want it. I don't want easy roads to the Super Bowl. Like last year. It was go through Washington, which was not easy, then go through your division rival, and then go through Green Bay, and then go through Kansas City. It's like, that's not easy.
It looks like it almost progressively got easier as the deeper you got in the playoffs.
This is true. So we're going to start with the 5 starts of the week. This is a quick little tell-all. 5 starts from basically us to kind of give you a guide of who you should be starting this week. And this week, I basically have 2 people I'm going to start it off with at number 5 because I needed to include this other person. There has to be an inclusion in this. Number 5, I have Jordan Howard, the running back for Philadelphia. And this is kind of an ode to Johnny Dean there, which we'll get to the slumps in a little bit. Don't worry, Johnny. But number 6, and basically tied with Jordan Howard on this, is Dearness Johnson of Cleveland. There's a massive injury bug going on in Cleveland right now. And that injury bug just so happens to be in the running back room. That's an issue. But Dearness Johnson proved a couple of weeks ago that when he was sending out emails saying, hey guys, just looking for a job, someone should have really given him that damn job and made him a starter because he's going to do good. So I got basically both of them tied right here at this spot for number 5, but only because I had to include him. I have 4 other people who are, I think, going to get more points than Dearness Johnson this week, personally, but he's getting included in this. And there it is. I knew Johnny was going to get what I was saying.
That's the polite version. He had a different one.
Oh my God. Jared Martin also tuned again. Says Rob Ewing joined the squad, eh? Rob Ewing asked to come on a couple of shows, talk his Broncos like we did last week. We talked a couple of a few highlights from our good old high school football days where Robert actually admitted, actually, no, he didn't. I forgot to tell him. I was like, I was a good player, right? And he's like, don't ask me that question.
No comment.
Yeah, no comment. But it was good that we had that talk last week, basically going over the good old high school days. So yeah, we're bringing him on whenever he wants to come on. It's an open platform too. Anybody ever want to come on? Jared, if you ever want to come on and talk about your Maple Leafs, we will find the proper platform for you to go on and talk about that, but it's not here. All right, so Alex, give me at least number 5 on your starters list.
I went to the Saints, and I'm looking at Mark Ingram to be my number 5 starter. Alvin Kamara's sitting out this week, so Ingram's getting the bulk of the carries. Behind that offensive line, I like that matchup really well.
Nice. I actually have Mark Ingram in my top 5 starts as well, so we'll get to him in a little bit. Jacob, who do you got?
All right, my number 5.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Pat Freiermuth. I think that.
Oh, don't even get me started on him. So I'm playing Andrew in my the Dynasty League that I run. And I'm up like 50 points going into the Monday night game. I have Naji, so I'm thinking I'm set. This is an easy win. He's got Freiermuth. It's an individual player league, so he's also got TJ Watt and Minka Fitzpatrick.
Oh!
He beats me by 5 points. He just sneaks in and just steals it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
That was good. That's a great pick, though, because
that
I
is really good pick.
Yeah, I totally forgot to really bring him up because thank you for bringing it up, Alex. Ladies and gentlemen, Pat Freiermuth, if you watch me and Alex's off-season content, we talked about obviously what Kyle Pitts was going to be. But me and Alex, we were consistent across the board that Pat Freiermuth, when he does get to come into his own, is going to be a dominant tight end.
I feel like it. I mean, I'm on. You know what? I could say whatever I want, right?
Yeah.
I feel like a complete dick now that because I drafted Pat Freiermuth and then first 5. This happened last year, and I feel like the worst human. I drafted Justin Jefferson because I missed.
Oh no!
I love the upside, don't I? Puts up 3. I say, flip him off twice, send him into free agency. Someone else gets him. He becomes whatever. He becomes Justin Jefferson. It's going to be the same. It happens every single year. This year, I held on. I'm holding on to Trey Sermon way too long. I dropped him. Don't worry.
And see, I can't though. So in one league I have, and Alex knows this, I took Trey Sermon in like a second round in one league. And what I do, because we're the dynasty experts, I make sure that on my taxi squad, I'm filling that thing up with the handcuffs of the guys getting drafted. So I made sure to get Elijah Mitchell. And then all of a sudden it was like Elijah Mitchell is now your starter and Trey Sermon. It's like the Kirk Cousins RG3 situation.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Robert, what do you got? Do you got anything to add to this?
Yeah, I had Pat Freiermuth as well as number 5. Nice. And like I said, I have him in my dynasty. Like I drafted him.
Yes, you did. I did.
I couldn't put him in out of spite for last week. That was although he's gonna torch the Lions defense. I look for at least 2 touchdowns from him. I think
that's probably because then you got Claypool who's hurt and you got Juju that's hurt, right? And you got no one else.
Exactly.
Not only that, we have seen games go at it where all of a sudden couple players who have been drafted at a pretty high position from the same school usually do have this little head-to-head matchup. So I wouldn't be surprised if Hawkinson and Pat Freiermuth get you over 10 points in Dynasty.
They're same conference, not same school.
Oh,
the one that was the same school as Hawkinson was Noah Fant.
That's what it was. My apologies.
I
thought he went to Iowa too.
Freiermuth went to Penn State.
That's what it was. I thought he was Iowa. That's on me.
He's got
every good tight end seems to come out of Iowa nowadays.
So. Oh yeah.
Have you guys seen Freiermuth's jaw?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he's shaped like an eggplant.
So we'll do number 4 and number 3 at the same time. Then we'll do number 2 and then number 1. So at number 4, started off. I got Tyler Johnson, the wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Good answer.
Antonio Brown and Chris Godwin, both kind of banged up. This guy has been drafted and fell for a reason, and he's showing that he could possibly do it. Let's see if he could actually do it. And the Buccaneers, we know for a fact they're going to want this game. They're going to want it bad. So I'm putting Tyler Johnson at number 4. Number 3, also because of the injury bug hitting the team pretty badly, I'm taking Brandon Bolden, the running back out of New England. This guy has these nice little spurts, and he is a red zone threat. He's basically Rex Burkhead, but not on the team anymore. Because they got Ramondre Stevenson is out, and the other running back is
Damian Harris.
Thank you. Both of those guys are out. The only two that are left is Brandon Bolden and J.J. Taylor. We'll get into J.J. Taylor in a different slot than the starts here in a bit with me. But I got Brandon Bolden definitely going to see a lot of the bulk of the work going into this week. So I got him at my number 3 spot. So Tyler Johnson 4, Brandon Bolden 3. Mr. Loosemore, what do you got?
Number 4, I have Dearness Johnson for pretty much everything you said about having him before. Chubb and Demetric Felton are out. Kareem Hunt, I believe, is still out.
Yeah.
So really the only guy left is Dearness Johnson in a run-heavy offense. So look for him to get a ton of points. And number 3, I have Tyler Johnson.
Nice. See?
Yeah.
We all on the same page. I like this. Let's go with Jacob. What do you got?
Number 4, I have, and I'm sorry, but I have J.D. Mckesson at number 4. Because I think
that's a good pick.
I think McKissick this week. I'm still. I mean, I was an Antonio Gibson guy. I drafted him. I hate to say
we both were too.
I had picks 10 and 11 in one of my leagues. I took Antonio Gibson and I got Naji Harris on the wraparound. But man, if only I took Naji and Jonathan Taylor, I would have been. I would have been 1,000,000-0. But so number 4 is J.D. McKissick. I love his receiving upside against the Bucs. I mean, they're going to stop Antonio Gibson. They're going to shut him down against the run. You know, Taylor Heineke's going to have to check down the ball a lot in this game. And so that's why I love J.D. McKissick. And we've seen him produce, and even he's getting the touches in the red zone. And so it's frustrating if you're an Antonio Gibson owner, but I love if you are smart and you listen to our shows, you know to always handcuff your running backs. You're very happy if you also had Dalvin Cook. So I'm going to J.D. McKissick at 4. And at number 3, I have Mark Ingram.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Mark Ingram. See, Mark Ingram is going to be popping up on this list a couple of times. No! I threw my pen. Damn it.
Not even 20 minutes in.
I have a new one. All right, Robert.
Okay, so at number 4, I had Devonta Smith going against the Broncos secondary because they are hurt. They don't have much for depth. And then number 3, I have Dearness Johnson as well.
Nice. So Dearness Johnson obviously popped
up. I don't have Dearness Johnson on my list. I should have, but I didn't. I had a lot of other names though.
I got to see the wrath of that a couple of weeks ago.
You did. Yeah, you did. Jacob's looking at it, he's like, can I get him in any league that I'm in right now? Like, what the fuck?
in our North Sports League, like whatever his name, Alex picked him up. Or not Alex. Was it you? No.
No, the other Alex, yeah.
The other Alex picked him up yesterday. And I'm like, how'd that happen?
I think that was actually on me because I dropped him last week.
You're like, Chubb's going to be out again.
Chubb and everybody was healthy. So I'm like, I'm good. And I have to pick up other running backs. So I was like, I can afford to lose him. And then all of a sudden it was like, whoops.
Yeah.
Actually, we will include number 2 and number 1 together to finish it off. So number 2 for me, it's going to be weird. A lot of people are probably thinking, well, what about the guy they just traded for? It's all about who you know. So give me Van Jefferson, the wide receiver for the LA Rams.
Yep, that's who I had too.
Yeah, there's just Robert Woods going down means Jefferson gets to do everything Robert Woods got to do. Odell now gets to become Van Jefferson. And Van Jefferson, if we look at the tape, is one of the guys that are getting the deep shots. Cooper and Woods are not necessarily getting the deep shots. It's Van Jefferson and Deshaun Jackson when he was there.
And Stafford loves to throw the ball down the field.
And OBJ can get separation. We've seen that. So I do like OBJ. I want to wait a week to see what he can do. So I'm going to take Van Jefferson at number 2. But obviously my number 1, since I said everybody's been talking about this guy, give me Mark Ingram number 1.
Yeah.
That's why I had number 1 as well.
Boom. Now, here's my reason for this. I tried to get him in Alex's league with the individual defensive players. Your sister has them, and I'm like, your sister just wants stupid amounts of stuff for her trades. I ain't even going to try it. I have Alvin Kamara, so I had to obviously go and restructure my format this week. Mark Ingram used to be there. So this is the reason a lot of fantasy owners right now are scared, because he has the feeling. He knows what it's like with this exact offensive line.
Yeah.
He can pass catch. He's not the greatest, but he can pass catch.
He's serviceable.
He's serviceable. They have the other 2 running backs, no names in my opinion, because Mark Ingram,
Ty Montgomery, and some other guy.
Tony Jones. Or,
Montgomery will probably see 3 to 4 catches. So if you're in a PPR league, that could be a possibility. In the flex.
You suck. Go ahead and pick him up.
If you are in a league that has way too many bench spots, then yes, you can go grab them. But the one thing about this is, I kid you not, Mark Ingram could possibly have 25 to 35 carries this game.
Yeah.
And if it only leads to 72 yards, okay, whatever. But if you're in a PPR league, he's probably going to get a couple of catches there as well. Sweet. This is the reason I got Mark Ingram at number 1.
Absolutely.
What do you got, Alex? Number 2, number 1?
Number 2 for me is Dawson Knox, the Buffalo tight end. Coming back off that broken hand, expected to play this week. I saw that as well.
There it is.
What's the finger?
I'm going to be at that game. So.
There you go.
So sorry, but expect big points out of Dawson Knox.
Yep.
And then number 1, I had to pick somebody going against my Lions. It's Naji Harris.
Oh,
Naji Harris is going to go off.
If he's healthy.
I think he's fine.
He popped up.
He's on the report, but he's going to play.
He's healthy. He's not. He doesn't have a designation as of right now in terms of fantasy. Yeah, does not carry an injury designation going into Sunday's game against the Lions.
Okay, so then we are good on that.
So definitely number 1.
Okay. All right, Jacob, give me 2 and 1.
Number 2. These guys are not going to be on your lists, but I can guarantee it. Number 2 for me is Hunter Renfro.
I love that pick. Yeah.
I picked him up. Pretty late, but
you, Alex.
I get him every year, and I stash him on the bench.
It's he's a PPR kind of guy. He's not going to get you a ton of yardage, but if I think he'll find the end zone in this game against the Chiefs, and he'll have 6-7 catches like he always does. So Hunter Renfro is my number 2, and then my number 1 is Mike Williams, because he has been. And I also have him. And man, I love Mike Williams this week. He's going. I think he's playing the Vikings. I think that. Yeah. I mean, that's a very favorable matchup for him. I really like that, so I'm going to go with Mike Williams for number 1.
Damn, I like that too.
All right, and Renfro is almost always consistently getting at least 10 points.
Exactly, that's all you need. Yeah. Wide receiver 3 numbers for sure.
Absolutely.
Robert, what do you got?
I had the same as you. 2 and 1.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Gotcha. Cool. Okay, so before we get into the 5 sits and slumps, which we will actually do 5 and 4 together, 3 and 2 together, and then we'll do our number 1s kind of thing, because I screwed that up. I like to do the order like that. I have something that needs to be said. I am a very emergency Reds rant incoming in 5, 4, 3. I need water. Ladies and gentlemen, I woke up this morning at 4 in the morning. I went and I had a urination in the toilet. I sat there and had herbal essences in the shower. And I also went scrolling through my phone. And one of the first things that popped up on my phone was this. NFL floated idea of Toronto expansion at owners meeting report? What? Are you kidding me? This is a fantasy, and we all live in it. Do you understand how exciting this becomes for not only someone like me, but Alex and Robert and Jacob and many other Canadians out there? Jacob's not Canadian, but we call him Canadian on our show. This is huge. We're talking 32 teams to 36 teams. The other 3 cities included in the possible expansion look right now are London, San Antonio, and St. Louis. There's many different hurdles that we're going to have to get over. Many different hurdles that we're going to have to get over. But let me show you something here. Take a walk with me through my voice, as weird as this sounds. We have up here in Canada the CFL, Canadian Football League, that in Saskatchewan and in Winnipeg. And to my American listeners who are watching right now, please go and check out where Winnipeg and Saskatchewan is. The Saskatchewan team plays in Regina. A lot of people love the hell out of that city. All of a sudden, you got Edmonton and Calgary, and their seat population per game isn't that bad. 20,000 people. That's pretty good, right? Mosaic Stadium bringing up 30,000 almost. Blue Bomber Stadium putting up almost 30,000. We had almost 50,000 people fill up Commonwealth Stadium last night for a qualifying soccer game for Team Canada. You know what that means? That means all of a sudden, the sports that everyone in Canada thought was laughable. Who the hell cares about football? Who the hell cares about soccer? Who the hell cares about NASCAR? Newsflash. A lot of people do. And this younger generation is getting the kick started for them. You all of a sudden now have this opportunity in your hand, Canada, to host and own an NFL team. They're talking about it. Ownership, sponsorships, fans. Oh, we're going to need those in Canada. You have it. There's 32 to 37 million people in Canada. Half of them live in Toronto, if you can believe it. And not only that, most of the money in Canada flows through that damn city. We're talking a possible expansion for the ages. We're talking me this morning with my fiance saying, if this happens, pack up. We're going back to Ontario. Why? Because this is something that football fans in Canada have been waiting for a long time. And diehard fans like me have been waiting for an opportunity to hold. I love my Buccaneers. Look behind me. I love my Buccaneers. Do you see that right there? That's a Toronto Raptors hat. I have a Blue Jays stuff sitting behind me. And everyone in this lobby knows that I am not a diehard fan of those. But you know what I am a fan? Of Canadian teams. Except in hockey. Let's not talk about that. I love my country, and I love the sports that it can bring. And I love the fact that they want to expand in here, in this nation, in the frozen tundra. When we were in the backstage, I brought up to all 4 people here, I think Jacob caught the end of it, is we're sitting here in an age where people are saying, no, we have to have 32 teams. We have to have 32 teams. Why do we have to have 32 teams? It just looks weird going to 34. The NHL had 31 teams until this season. The NBA has been sitting there with 30 teams for how long? We're talking about players now having an opportunity that has never been given to them before. I have sat here and joked about the CFL and the XFL expanding and merging and creating this beautiful platform. What if the NFL expanded into countries? You're talking major opportunities here for colleges and universities. Robert and me and Alex and a lot of people we know played up here and never got a chance to show out their talent. Ryan fucking Zawacki would be a 5th string running back on an NFL team. Do not at me. Nigel Romick would be a 3rd string tight end on the Buccaneers right now. Do not at me. These are names of players that I played with in high school who now would have an opportunity to shine for their country. Not just their teams anymore. We're not talking the CFL where they're getting paid $30 grand to play 5 different positions. That's insanity. Now we're talking about the opportunity for everyone to play. My son can play. My daughter can play. My daughter's going to kick so much ass when she plays football, you have no idea. But this right here is something that needs to be addressed. Because I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I've been awake basically ever since. Sitting there looking at my phone and screaming in excitement because they're talking about it. So what do we name this team if it comes down? Toronto Huskies? Toronto Blizzard? The Toronto Maple Leafs?
Don't name it that.
Please don't.
The best part about this is it becomes ours. I'm always going to love my Buccaneers, and that comes first. But this team I am going to love just as much because it'll be ours. Something we've been waiting for a long time. We'll give you back the Buffalo Bills. You can have them. They can stay on the other side of the border. We got our own. We got this, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting an opportunity. Let St. Louis and San Antonio and London all battle it out for their own big supremacies. I'll be the one sitting there in the mascot uniform for our Toronto team, getting everybody ready for the first home opener. And you can guarantee that. Or at the very least, me and Alex will make sure that we are the #1 show and the #1 podcast for that NFL team when they get here. Jobs for everyone, an opportunity for the sport to grow in many different nations is the reason why this becomes something for us Canadians that nobody else can really experience because it becomes ours. Won the World Series for the Toronto Blue Jays, and look how many people partied in Canada. We do it right up here. We hold our country, or we hold our teams because we only ever get one. Give me the NFL team. Because, man, I've been waiting for this day. And just for you all. It's floating out there. It's floating out there. Ah! Thank you all for tuning in.
I mean, I hope you're going to enjoy your Toronto Elks Trevor Lawrence jersey.
No, not the Elks. Not the Elks. My dad literally said that. Hopefully not the Elks.
Oh, Jacob, that was the best comment I have ever heard.
That was amazing.
Okay, hold on. I want to see a couple of these comments here. Johnny Dean, is there a fantasy
Yeah.
I mean, you can do one.
It's not easy at all.
No.
Oyu, thank you for tuning in. I dropped Robert Woods and picked up Deontay Harris. There is also Hunter Renfro on free agents, and I have DJ Moore, D-Hop on my bench.
Go get Renfro.
Go get Renfro.
Go get Renfro.
Why is Deontay Harris an option? Why would you pick Deontay Harris and not Renfro?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I think
Deontay Harris is a great player. Like, I've been defending him. I have a lot of when I was actually watching that Saints Bucks game with a bunch of my friends, and I was like, man, you guys got to watch like this Deontay Harris kid. Like, I know he gets overshadowed by literally everyone else on the Saints receiving core, but like he's talented as anything.
Yeah,
really talented player.
I want to see a team in Canada called the Regina. Excuse me. There we go. Johnny. Jason Loosemore says the CFL is dead. CFL is a joke.
Yeah.
Hopefully not the Elks. Yeah.
The only reason I still watch the CFL is because people I know are playing.
You see what Johnny just is like asking?
Yeah, no, Johnny. That ain't happening.
Jason says, I love Jacob. Fantasy is way too close to call the CFL football. I agree. Yeah, it doesn't work here. Like you would think to start one of those up, it'd be James Wilder Jr. or the Winnipeg Blue Bombers running back would actually
Andrew Harris. Yeah,
Andrew Harris would be. You have Andrew Harris, you win. That's it. So
see, I found the CFL lost interest after you got guys like Calvillo, Allen, all them retiring.
Thank you.
The last one of those guys still standing is Bo Levi Mitchell, and he's on his way out too.
Even then, like he wasn't there when it was like the big thing, right?
No, because then it was Henry Burris.
Yeah, it was.
Well, and the other thing that does suck,
Ricky Ray.
Ricky Ray. The other thing that sucks about it is I was talking about this at work, is Warren Moon like owned Edmonton for like 8 years. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like there was an excitement here just because a rejected quarterback came up to Canada and showed off his talent and then got another opportunity in the NFL. We loved seeing that.
Well, Doug Flutie, Joe Theismann.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden we have our own little rivalries that come within those years, like the Anthony Calvillo Alouettes and the Ricky Ray Eskimos. I have to say it because it's appropriate.
The Toronto Eskimos. That's a good one.
No, we can't have that either. We got that. We changed.
The only reason the Elks showed up.
Yeah, the reason the Elks are even a thing is because Eskimo is too offensive now in Canada.
Well, it's offensive to the sponsors. You ask the people that are considered like the Eskimo people, they loved it.
Yes,
Wait,
they did.
so Andrew, do you want to? So you want to move a team? Well, so if we're gonna move a team, let's say to Toronto, an NFL team. So the two big options. I know I said the Trevor Lawrence thing. I think Jacksonville's the next team to get moved if any team's getting moved.
Number one option, yeah.
After Jacksonville, you really got to start looking. I think that this is an unpopular opinion I have, but just with everything going on, I think Washington might be a team to look at that might move, and just change everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Houston.
It's Houston, maybe. Houston is a big fan base, though.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Before,
Cincinnati.
And they're also there's the team that I actually think it would be Cincinnati because they need the NFL is almost forcing them to do you need to update your stadium.
And they're asked to London.
Everything.
They're the only team in the North with an outdoor practice facility. They don't have an indoor practice facility.
You got to cross the street to get.
And they have to cross the street to get to their practice facility.
Listen, I don't care who moves as long as I'm not rooting for the Toronto Jets. I'm okay.
Don't think it'd be the Toronto Jets.
I don't think you'll pull a team out of New York like that.
No,
they're still too big a fan base.
Though I will put this out for not only you guys, but I will put it down for people tuning in. Name me if Canada were to get an expansion team. What do you think they'd be called? Because I know a lot of people would throw out the Toronto Huskies
from Madden,
from Madden.
The Beavers.
They're the A's, but like the EH, it's like EH.
I would love nothing more than to call our football team the Beavers, but I don't.
Too many terrible jokes are coming from that.
God.
You guys aren't allowed to lose a game. You guys just can't lose a game. Clown.
Well, come on, you got the Kraken. So how much does that even matter?
No, because you can't.
Dope name. I think I love that name.
Me and Alex would be fired right away because the first game that Toronto would lose, I'd be like, the Beavers got pounded by the.
Yeah, that's immediately where you go with that.
And I would get a cease and desist letter right away, stop it right now.
Enough. You're never allowed to say that again.
You named the team this. It's not.
Don't talk about our team ever again.
To be honest, though, as a person who said and Alex knows this because I knew the Kraken name about 3.5 weeks before the official thing came out. Alex got all the information that I basically got, and I was like, I'm just going to do it. And he's like, I mean, sure, fuck it. We're a small person anyway. Why not? Number one thing trending when the Kraken dropped for at least 12 minutes. Was so fucking proud. Was but I still think, I said, when the Golden Knights were coming, I actually had no problem with them being the Flamingos. Because their jersey being a hot, not hot pink,
That's so
throughout the whole
cool.
jersey.
Hot pink could be the cleanest color on a jersey ever.
But it was
What do you
black.
think about the Miami Vice, like the Heat jersey?
Yeah.
Love those. I love those. Oh,
Yeah.
Or even, of course, hold on. Wait, I don't have it over. Well, but I mean, our logo, right? Like the pink in our logo is just so nice. But also with the flamingos, when I said the flamingos, it was just like jet black and like silver, and then like this nice trim of that hot flamingo pink. I was like, listen, all for it. Don't care what anyone says.
You know what team name I like? It's just like a generic team name. I don't think it has nothing to do with Canada, but I think like the sound of the Toronto Gladiators is one of the coolest.
Yes, that sounds cool.
That sounds so cool. And like the color scheme, like it would be, I mean, the thing is you can't do gold, black, and white because like the Saints, and then like,
I would just never work for them.
The Raiders. Yeah. It would just, I can't think of a color scheme for Gladiator. Maybe red. Like it would have to be
I was thinking black and red.
black and red.
And white.
Falcons, and and like every single team. And like
I think you'd have to do like the Argos color scheme almost.
Ooh. Like
yeah.
Well, that'd be kind of close
color
to
scheme,
the
it's not
Like
really-
the double blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
kinda
nothing
close
that you
to
could
the-
really use that's looking like an idiot. There's like nothing with like every team has like black in another color or white in another color.
I think Canada would do really good. I'm not gonna lie. With this blue right here, like the one in our names there, you add something like that, like an ice. That Seattle obviously used it too. The UFC logo would be dope for the glass. Ooh, I mean, I don't think the UFC would allow it, but
yeah.
No, I think he's talking about the Central Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they have a nice color scheme too.
Ooh, yeah, actually, yeah.
That
They can move the team out of Carolina. Screw the Panthers. They can
I don't want to cheer for Cam Newton my first year with a Toronto team. No, thank you. I would rather just start from scratch. Give me my
move the Panthers to St. Louis.
Ooh, Dave Tepper. I don't know.
Or move them to San Antonio.
I mean, listen, I've said this before. I think all four of those teams should just start up and start their own cultures.
Yeah.
But the fun thing would be, because this is like another thing we could talk about. What? Yeah, I see that there. Yeah, St. Louis needs a good team. What about
They got the
this?
Cardinals.
Think about this. What if they had to do an expansion with 4 teams? Okay. How would they go about then?
make a new division. That would be pretty cool.
I mean, okay, but
you almost have to go back to like 4 divisions instead of 8.
yeah. Well, the
Or
other
you have to add 4 teams. You can't add 4 teams. You'd have to add.
Or you could do like an NFC and AFC, like East, West, and Central.
you
would
could
have
do
to
that.
you would have to have 8 teams. You would have to add 8 teams for it to work. For every team to get another.
I know what you're talking about there.
If you're doing the North, South, East. And West,
So if we're adding 8 teams, 8 cities. So
Wow. Now all of a sudden we went from 4 to 8.
wow, this is so much fun though. So St. Louis,
Okay.
Yep.
Toronto, London, Mexico City,
Well, San
San
Antonio.
Antonio.
San Antonio.
Virginia, because
We'll say Richmond.
Yeah.
What about
yeah.
what about Louisville?
Washington will change.
Kentucky almost.
Louisville?
Louisville, yeah.
Louisville could. If we added like if we moved the Panthers up to North Carolina and added a South Carolina team.
I got it. Hawaii.
That's so cool. That's the Hawaii.
Even Utah could be a part of it too, if you think about it.
Yeah.
The Hawaii
Salt Lake City.
The Park City Mormons. And
Just so casual with that one too. Well done.
and Portland can get a team.
Oh yeah, good old Portland.
Yeah.
So that's 8.
Yeah. Johnny did.
So
go,
we listed like a dozen cities there.
guys, you're overthinking it. It's been done before already. No, it has been.
We just
They have,
listed every team that doesn't have an NFL team.
well, no, they did have say unbalanced divisions for a little bit. But who knows? The NFL could just all of a sudden take divisions completely out of it and just have the subdivisions. You know what I mean?
Breaking news. And we can get back to it. Damian Harris has been ruled out for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, also breaking news during your rant there.
Uh-oh.
It's college football news.
Okay.
Spencer Rattler's playing again for Oklahoma.
Why?
They benched Caleb Williams late in the third quarter. They're losing to Baylor.
Feels
Spencer
like
Rattler's
Dolphins.
back in the
Feels
game.
like the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You want to know why Alex is bringing this up? Because he really, really wants Spencer Rattler with the first overall pick.
Number one.
The only quarterback I would consider at number one is Matt Corral from Ole Miss.
He's so good. He's so
If you
good.
trade down to like 10 or whatever, you would take Malik Willis as a project. Quarterback from Liberty.
This is the 2019 quarterback draft after number one all over again, guys.
Oh,
Come on. This is not a quarterback. This is not a quarterback year. Last year,
Not even
it's
close.
really not.
this is why I didn't understand the Lions not taking Justin Fields when they could have. Because number one, you had Jared Goff, who is whatever. He's not awful, but he's whatever. He's not your future.
Okay.
I just I'm looking at it. You're looking towards next year, and you're like, there's a bunch of meh. And if it doesn't work out, then you just have to kind of reset this whole thing again. You waste 3 years trying to figure out your quarterback. Then next year, if you have the number one pick, all of a sudden you can take Kayvon Thibodeau, who's
that's who I want at number one. But
Go ahead.
So actually, the Lions were planning on taking Justin Fields because they were planning on sending Stafford to the Panthers for the 8th overall pick, Carolina's first round pick this coming year, and Teddy Bridgewater. And they were going to go Panay and Justin Fields back-to-back picks. And then the Rams came with that offer.
And then the Panthers got Darnold. Thank you very much for not trading him for the Panthers. Because boy, oh boy, does my team have some good picks now.
That is also very true, yeah. But now here's the thing. I was actually just thinking, if anything, Jared Goff is under contract for 3 years with the Lions, technically.
Next year's his last year.
Next year's his last one? Okay.
So 2 years, yeah.
What if the Lions literally just say, we're just going to go into every single draft, whatever position is bad besides quarterback, we're going to draft that. We're going to wait till Arch Manning comes out. We're going to draft him.
Dude, you're looking like 7 years from now.
It doesn't matter.
the dude's like a junior in high school.
No, he's not. He's graduating high school.
No, he's not.
No, he's like a junior.
He's the number one quarterback in the 2023 recruiting.
I am older than Arch Manning.
Okay. See, I thought he was.
The Lions could draft me before they could draft Arch Manning.
Well, I mean, can you pitch? Because they'll probably do it.
I can throw relatively well, which is better than Jared Goff's doing. Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say Jared Goff stinks.
Hey, wait. Do you guys want Mike White? Do you guys?
You know what? He'd probably be better right now.
Honestly, I find he's got more confidence than Wilson does. Like that guy could actually. I see him doing things. Like he seems like he's gonna be good.
I hope so.
The problem.
Anybody, I don't care. Anybody who can play quarterback, let them play quarterback for my team.
Yeah, exactly.
The problem then becomes, in my opinion, for the Jets is kind of the same thing that you had with the Washington football team before, but without necessarily. I mean, Zach Wilson is injured, but not as bad as, say, the RG3. And Zach Wilson wasn't a mobile quarterback, right? Yeah. So now it just becomes this, and I hate to say it because I know a couple people hate the idea of like two quarterbacks, but like
quarterback competition.
Quarterback competition. I don't mind if you have Zach Wilson and Mike White. All of a sudden, Mike White for say a half is doing bad. You pull him out and you put Zach Wilson in. Zach Wilson does good for 3 straight games, and then all of a sudden for 3 quarters he does bad. You put Mike White in.
Listen, here's my thing. I was at Jets camp. I mean, you guys know I was at Jets camp every single day that I could be at Jets camp during the summer. So I saw Mike White practice. Mike White was a joke between me and my dad. We're like, we know Mike White's going to we're like, what happens if Zach goes down? Like, that was a big thing with us. Like, this offensive line is meh. So what happens if Zach gets hurt? He gets hit and the backup comes in. We're like, well, I mean, I guess it's Mike White. And we're like, bring in Mike after the 4 interceptions in week 2. We're like, Mike White. And it was like a joke. And then he comes in and he lights it up and we're like, whoa. But Mike White is... This is why I'm going to say he's not our future. And I don't know. You never know. But Josh Johnson coming into the game last week on Thursday night and also quietly lighting it up and running this offense how it's supposed to be run. Zach can do all those things. He just still thinks that he has to make these 80-yard touchdown passes, still make the big play instead of taking what's there, play the boring football, I guess. Zach is so talented, and you see it. You've seen it in at least every single game he's played. You've seen at least a couple throws where you're like, oh, that's why he was the number 2 pick. Like he made a few throws, especially in that Titans game, man. Ooh, like you're like, all right, but I think Zach can do everything that Mike White and Josh Johnson have done, and then also do more and also extend those plays. But you just got to let him develop. I said it and I tweeted it out and it blew up. My tweet blew up when I said this, which I don't know how because I have like 100 Twitter followers.
Zach Wilson is going to look amazing as a Buccaneer in 4 years.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I personally find that Zach White to me looks like another Johnny Manziel. He's got all the flash and dash. I just don't see him having it in the NFL.
I think he's
not there.
I think
that's my personal opinion, though.
I think that these 3 or 4 weeks that he's going to have off, that he has off, is the single most beneficial thing that could have happened to him.
Very true. Very true.
Good.
Well, and here's the thing: the issue with Zach Wilson, I feel, is he tries to do too much.
Yeah, exactly.
He's trying to do one-play touchdowns every time, trying to play hero ball. If he does what Mike White and Josh Johnson have done and just sit there and take the check down, take the short routes,
I don't know.
He'll be fine.
I don't know how much of that Bengals game you guys watched, the Mike White Miracle game. Guys, Mike White was just Mac Jones for that whole game.
Yeah.
He was just Mac Jones. That was it. Mac Jones, I'll say it. He's not supremely talented. I'm not ashamed.
Not yet.
He's not supremely talented. He's not Brady. That's some BS, whoever says he's Brady. He's take the easy stuff. This offense is not that difficult to run. You know where Zach Wilson would be struggling even more? Literally anywhere else where he has to just keep firing the ball off. As Michael Carter gets better, I don't know why Elijah Moore's not getting more targets, because he's
agreed.
If you like, his average yards of separation is ridiculous. He's open every single play. It just take the simple stuff. It's long drives. We see it with the Niners. It's those long drives. Take what they're giving you. Zach Will. He hasn't learned how to throw a screen pass yet. I don't know what's going on, but whatever. But I think we'll start to see Zach Wilson get better, and I think this is the best thing that could have happened for him with the time off, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with you 100%, Jacob.
I'm already looking at next year's draft, because of course I am. Because week 10? What are we in, week 10? Which is much later than I'm usually looking at the draft. As a Jets fan, I'm usually looking week 2. So I'm
with you.
And the Jets are gonna have. We have our own pick, which is probably gonna be between 4 and 8. I'd say. And we own Seattle's pick, which I'll say will be between 13 and 17. I think maybe a little bit down, maybe a little bit lower.
Miami will probably end up taking pick number 1.
The two guys that I'm looking at.
So that's Philly then, Andrew.
Yeah.
Andrew has. Philly has Miami's pick.
That's right.
I'll say the number 1 guy I love already, the highest graded prospect I've had, that I've in all my years of watching football, man. Tyler Lindenbaum, the center out of Iowa.
Yes,
is ridiculous.
Yeah, the only one I might like at least same level, if not a little bit higher, is Quentin Nelson.
Yeah,
for me.
Number 2 for me is Kyle Hamilton, the safety.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
out of Notre Dame, maybe.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's the one where, like, if the Lions are at like 1 or 2 and his name comes off, I'm not that upset.
You're like, all right, whatever.
You need just
the guy's a stud.
Detroit just is like, we don't care what position we're drafting at. We're just drafting players because we need to get fucking players right now.
Defensively, we've got good young linebackers that I like in the system right now. They're developing.
Yeah.
And not much else
Christian
defensively.
Hackenberg, Alex. I
well played.
Yeah. Thank you for Tyrod Davis though, because he's a talented player. He's really talented.
And he was horrible for Matt Patricia's scheme. I thought had we kept him and got out of that defense.
No. Matt Patricia
was horrible for Matt Patricia.
Thank you. I was literally just gonna say that. I'm like, Matt Patricia was horrible for the city of Detroit.
See, I don't understand how Detroit goes to try to get Matt Patricia when you could have either got Josh McDaniels to run that offense with Stafford there.
Here's the thing: we shouldn't let go of Jim Caldwell in the first place.
Oh,
Absolutely.
That too. Like,
yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
hold on.
I mean,
I want to know who's the head coach for Denver again. Is it
Vic Fangio.
Big fan.
Fangio.
My hot take is I think Vic Fangio isn't the head coach with Denver past next year. I said that at the beginning of the season.
I don't think that.
I didn't even think he was going to make it through the year.
I didn't think he would be the coach this year.
I to be honest, I think when me and Alex did our top 5 coaches that are going to be fired, I said Matt Nagy number 1, and I'm still holding true to that. Fuck Matt Nagy.
Yeah.
Get him the hell out of there.
I want to go back to this. I'm going to go try and find this while you guys keep chatting it up. I'm going to go try and find my my number, like when I did my where coaches should go and who they should hire. I had a cute little slideshow that I made, so I'm going to go try and find that.
Cute little slideshow. That's funny. I like that. You have a slideshow? Like actually?
I might.
Okay. We have the sits and the slumps still to do, so we will get those out of the way right off the bat. So I'll just go 5-1. We'll get them out of the way because our show is wrapping up. Actually, I didn't even realize how much time. I was like, holy shit.
We're having so much fun.
I know this is what happens on Saturdays. We have fun. But I also have kids, and Alex has kids that he has to go see and all that kind of fun stuff.
No, I
so.
don't.
Jason, if you're watching, your son has grandkids for you to meet. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, they know better than to believe that.
Yeah, if your parents started...
My weekends are spent sitting in an apartment by myself watching football. So
that's the way to do it, though.
Yeah. Nobody to bother you.
So my 5 sits from 5-1 this week. Number 5, Anthony Collins, the running back for Seattle. I just think that with Russell Wilson coming back, it might be a little bit more of an air raid this week. I know he likes Carson a lot, so I would possibly just hold off on the college.
I don't think Carson's playing though. I think he's
Carson's out, so Alex Collins is the starter. By the way,
that's what I mean. Is I was still
24-7 Baylor over Oklahoma right now. Under 4 minutes left. Oklahoma's going to
bye playoffs. Oklahoma,
guys. I have it. I have the slideshow. If you guys want to, if you guys want me to go through it quickly, I'm going to go.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So for my Detroit Lions pick, this was my 2021 hard count football head coaching guide, which was cute. The Detroit Lions, I said your best option, and you guys can, and Alex, I said your best option was Marvin Lewis. I think I loved that hire. I think that would.
I don't hate that.
I honestly
really don't.
Would have been really good for you guys.
Yep.
And my Atlanta Falcons one was Joe Brady, who, that was a bad one. My Eagles one, I said Lincoln Riley, and I knew that wasn't going to happen.
I want Lincoln Riley to coach the Broncos.
That would be cool, but he's not.
I want Kellen Moore to coach the Broncos.
Ooh. Oh yeah,
that's a cool.
Ooh shit!
That's who I want.
I'm writing that one. That's the same. Tom Moore,
Kellen Moore,
Kellen Moore. Yeah.
And these are the only 2 that I got right. So the Jaguars, I said Urban Meyer, which was impressive at the time I did that. And then the Chargers, I said Brian Dable, which I think he should still be a head coach. I don't know how he isn't. Texans, I said Eric Bieniemy because I didn't even know who David Culley was. And then the Jets, I said Robert Saleh for the Jets, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
So,
Robert Saleh was the one I wanted for the Lions.
Yeah, I remember you were hard on the Saleh train. The only one I got right was Urban Myers but you know what? I also feel really bad for saying that because this is like the worst. Yeah.
Yep.
So number 4 on the sit Cam Newton. Just wait. Just hold. Just let him figure out the fucking system that he literally was cut from first. Like
it's a whole different system too. Like
hold up. He may do very, very good, but let's just hold up on the train there for a little bit. Number 3, it's actually a Jet player. It's Ty Johnson, the running back for the Jets. The only reason is because his points are doing like this. Like, they go up and they go down. And sometimes he looks like a good flex option. And even this week, he looks like a good flex option. If you have players before him, sit him this week and let's just wait and see what happens there.
Yeah. Michael Carter didn't do well this week, though. I'm telling
exactly.
You.
What's funny is I have Michael Carter on my sits just because they're playing the Bills Mafia. Like that's
fair. That's fair. Number 2, Ino Benjamin. He is going to be taking over that role for the injured
Chase Edmonds.
Chase Edmonds, thank you, in Arizona. I like Ino. Ino was one of those guys that I did stash on the taxi squad for a while in our North Sports Dynasty League last year, but then all of a sudden you get the new influx of running backs that come in and you got to release him if he's not getting played. So I had to release Ino, and now there's no flipping way I'm getting him back. And number one, I said he would be on this list, or at least on one of these lists, JJ Taylor. I understand there's only 2 running backs in New England, but Bill Belichick doesn't just go and utilize what he doesn't have. If he has Brandon Bolden, he'll use Brandon Bolden in the red zone. If he has Mac Jones in a healthy wide receiving core, he'll use Mac Jones in the healthy wide receiving core. So I know people are probably looking at that injuries that are going on in New England and saying JJ Taylor is a good pickup. If you have a dynasty league, go pick him up and just put him on your bench for a couple of weeks if you have that spot to do it. But if you're looking to get a flex position out of JJ Taylor, I wouldn't do it. So that would be my 5-1 for sits.
Is Ramondre Stevenson active this week?
No,
He's out.
He's out.
Both him and Damian Harris are in concussion protocol.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So Alex, give me your 5 sits from order of 5-1.
My number 5 is Jarvis Landry. I just don't like the matchup against the Patriots secondary this week, and him being the number 1 option now.
Yeah.
Number 4, I also went a Panthers quarterback, but I went Phillip or PJ Walker.
Phillip?
I don't like the matchup this week there either. Number 3, I went Alex Collins. That Packers defense has been playing way too well lately. So sit him. Number 2, I went Jalen Hurts. I think you'll get a decent bit of passing out of him where he'll be okay. But I think the Broncos are going to limit his rushing ability this week.
That's a fair point.
That Broncos defense, if they play like they did last week, then yeah, definitely sit Jalen Hurts.
I think they're top 5 in the run too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And number 1, I went JJ Taylor as well.
Yeah. So it's just it makes sense there with the JJ Taylor. A lot of people are like, "Oh, but maybe it's just wait, wait." So
mine are controversial. So Rob, you might want to go first on this, so I can.
Okay, so number 5, I got Tim Patrick in the bench.
Okay.
Noah Fant's coming back. They're gonna probably run that ball right down the Eagles' throats.
Yep,
it's gonna happen.
I can see that too.
Number 4, I got Cedric Wilson. Michael Gallup's coming back.
Oh, that's right. That's a good
Good
call.
And I see Zeke and Pollard gonna split it off because Zeke's probably not 100%. So I see Wilson not getting much of a touch. Number 3, I got McNichols from Titans.
Yeah,
he's turning into nothing now. Number 2, I got Taylor Heineke to play the Bucs to sit him.
Yep.
There's no way he's gonna do what he did in the playoffs. No way. Not even a chance. That was just a fluke.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And number 1, I had Michael Carter just going up against the Bills Mafia. I don't see it happening.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I think so. All right, so some of these are all right. Whatever. Number 5, I put Cole Beasley because I'm not Cole Beasley this week because Michael Carter II, who the slot receiver for the Jets, he's been locked quietly. Super locked on this year.
Very good.
Yeah.
And I think that they'll limit Cole Beasley's production. And the scheme. Listen, I don't think the Bills are going to put up the points that you think they're going to put up.
No.
I just don't. I think I know the Colts basically just tore them apart, tore the Jets defense apart last Thursday. I don't think it's going to happen again.
No.
Especially since the Bills are a second half team and they just they didn't turn up in the second half last week. And I don't.
Yeah.
I think the playbook is out on this Bills offense a little bit. And the Bills lose, but the Bills do lose themselves a lot of games. But I think the Jets kind of locked down Cole Beasley in this one. Number 4, I put Jacoby Myers. I know he's.
I like that.
I just can't deal with him. He's annoying, and I just don't want to deal with it. Don't play. Number 3, I put Adrian Peterson because I just don't. I don't. I think that the hype on AP. I know he scored a touchdown last week, but I think McNichols is going to be the guy this week. That's what I'm thinking. Is that McNichols is the guy this week, and you kind of see those touches start to rotate week by week.
Okay.
My number 2, I'm sorry, Rob, is Cortland Sutton who's drawing the matchup from Darius Slay, who is incredibly locked down, and I just don't think the Teddy Bridgewater is going to be able to get him the ball.
That's a fair one, yeah.
And then my number one is Donovan Peoples-Jones, because I know the points last week was pretty, but he had one long touchdown and 3 targets in total. Yeah. And I think that it's just not going to happen.
That's fair. That's fair. That's been all of our 5 sits. And all we got left is the slumps. So the slumps is basically like, just don't start them. You can start.
Keep on your bench or you cut them.
Yeah. This is either like a deep bench player now for a while, or cut them because you're tired of it, or trade them to somebody else.
Oops. I got some higher up players on this one. Then.
That's okay. I got some too. A couple controversy ones here for sure. Number 5, Khalil Herbert was obviously on the top 5 sits and top 5 starts for a while there. But the problem is David Montgomery came back and literally took his role of starting running back right back with him. So if you were one of those guys like me who had Khalil Herbert on your taxi squad, you got a couple weeks out of him. Now you're going to have to put him on your bench spot. And if you need a bench spot, that just becomes an irritation because you can't put him back on your taxi squad. Number 4, Jamal Williams of the Detroit Lions. In fantasy, at the beginning of the season, he was a great flex option. Now it's just become why are you only getting me 6.5 points in the flex, man? So
because they started giving DeAndre Swift the red zone carries.
Because DeAndre Swift
the touchdowns.
Because the only thing DeAndre Swift murders is defensive lines. Okay, thank you very much. Number 3, Kenneth Gainwell. This is for you, Johnny, and for myself. Listen, I think Kenneth Gainwell is going to be amazing in a year when Miles Sanders is more than likely gone and looking for his payday. They will give the rock to Kenneth Gainwell. But as of right now, I am getting hate emails and bomb threats and I follow you to work, you son of a bitch type thing. No, I'm just kidding. But the Kenneth Gainwell.
I was like, if people are that upset about Kenneth Gainwell, I didn't know Johnny made it here already.
Johnny's like, I found out where you live, you son of a bitch.
Johnny just got like 6 different emails sending.
I'm trying to win our free league, asshole. I can't be accepting your Kenneth Gainwell. No, I'm just kidding. Number 2, Derek Gore for Kansas City Chiefs, the running back there. You were supposed to be the chosen one. What happened to you being the chosen one, dude? So I'm not even going to play that game. And my actual number 1, I hate this. I really do. But Jeremy McNichols, yes, Snoop Dogg's very own cousin, Tampa Bay Buccaneers practice squad roster player. Listen, I have been staring at this dude as a backup to Derrick Henry if he were to go down for so long.
I didn't know he was Snoop Dogg's cousin.
It is Snoop Dogg's cousin.
Me neither.
Yeah. So the problem becomes with, in my opinion, with Jeremy McNichols is they went and grabbed AP. If you were supposed to be the chosen one, they wouldn't have grabbed AP. Doesn't matter if Derrick Henry was gone, but someone may throw out, well, the Evans dude was gone and he's supposed to technically be their backup. Agreed. But the success of the Tennessee Titans is coming from giving the rock to a running back and allowing them to do their own work. Jeremy McNichols is not that. Jeremy McNichols is a good pass catcher when needs to be, and a good 3 to 5 yard gainer when he gets his 5 touches a game. But now, even with all these injuries that are going to happen, I do see them using that Hilliard gentleman a little bit as well. And I also see them using the 4th running back on that roster, which is a rookie. I know that, and I can't remember his name. But Jeremy McNichols will see an uptake in his counts, but I don't want any part of it. If he goes off for 26 points this weekend, I'll be pissed. But
he will, because of course he will, because you just said that. But I think what I really like, I think that an argument that was used as a flex towards Derrick Henry, but is going to hurt this Titans running back group, is that Derrick Henry led the league in yards, but he was also the gap, but it was also like Derrick Henry after contact.
If you just took his yards after contact, Derrick Henry was 1 and 2 in the league in rushing.
Derrick Henry is another monster. We know that.
Oh yeah.
These guys aren't going to get those yards after contact. No. This Titans offensive line is not good enough to rely on anybody else in this backfield.
Not yet.
That's
can
why
be,
Derek
not yet.
is the most valuable player to this Titans team.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
There is nobody else who's going to even put up half the points that Derrick Henry was putting up each week, or the numbers. True. So that's why it's hard. This Titans backfield for me is essentially dead in my eyes.
I agree. At least until Derrick Henry gets back.
Well, sure.
Which is probably next year or
that's this year.
Yeah.
Loosemore, give us your top 5 slumps.
So I also went a Chiefs running back. I went Darrell Williams.
Okay.
That's just the Chiefs running backs in general. The Chiefs don't know who the hell they are right now.
Right.
Yeah, I thought so too. They don't know who the hell they are. So, and Mahomes seems adamant that he's still taking these shots down the field. He's not gonna bring the offense in a little bit.
He was terrible last week with throwing those things. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Number 4, you had Rojo on a couple weeks in a row, Andrew. For me, it's Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't think it's that much longer until we see Trey Lance start.
Yeah.
Especially after probably another loss this week. So Jimmy G is, if you've got him, first of all, why?
That's why I traded for Trey Lance.
Second off,
I'm here to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
That's right. Super flex, motherfuckers. It's coming, and I'm preparing.
Number 3 is Kenneth Gainwell. Everything that needs to be said has already been said.
I love how we both have him at 3 as well. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Number 2 is Chuba Hubbard. Until McCaffrey gets injured again, which is probably going to happen in a week or two, Chuba Hubbard should be stored on your bench. Just when McCaffrey's there, he doesn't get touches. And number 1 is Mike Davis, Atlanta running back. Everything with Atlanta has gone through Pitts or Cordero Patterson in the run game. So
find one person with Cordero Patterson on their pre-draft list, right?
Right.
So irritating.
Ridiculous.
All right, that was Mr. Loosemore's 5 slumps. Let us go to Jacob Charnow with your 5 slumps.
My number 5. Marvin Jones Jr. is the most aggravating player in my.
Yep.
He either puts up 25 points or 3 points,
and it's always 25 when he's on the bench.
Yeah,
and it's so annoying. My number 4, my other most aggravating player, Antonio Gibson, is the worst because, like I said, he was my first round pick at the bottom of the first round, and I'm like, oh, this guy's gonna blow up this year, and he was great last year. Apparently, his shit is messed up all year, or he just sucks. And J.D. Mckesson taking over, and it is what it is. But he's annoying. Number 3, I'm happy I don't have him in any of my leagues, but Jarvis Landry is annoying. And I don't think I don't know what this Browns passing game is going to look like, but he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything.
No.
Number 2, Allen Robinson. Ugh.
Enough said.
I'm not even going to go on. And then my number 1, which kind of makes me chuckle a little bit, but I'm also mad because I drafted him in one of my leagues that I'm supposed to win money in. And I'm not even ashamed to say I dropped him. And that is Robbie Anderson.
Oh, man.
Why are you mad? What's going on? What happened? Sam Darnold sucks. I know he's bad. I know. Trust me, I know. But what? It's just do anything.
I had Anderson a few weeks ago, and Allen Robinson was my number 1 slump last week.
I'm going to be held accountable for at the beginning of the season saying like Sam Darnold and Robbie Anderson had the greatest tangent together in the New York Jets. So
I was saying that too.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah, that went so quick. Oh my!
He reminds me of Donovan Peoples-Jones right now, where before the season everyone's like, oh, rah, 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 rah. And then his first game he has this huge long touch, and everyone's like, oh, rah, 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 rah.
Right.
And now he's just now it's gonna be bad the rest of the year.
Oh man! All right, Robert, give us your 5 slumps.
Okay, so I had number 5. I had Jacoby Myers.
Yeah,
hasn't got a touchdown all year yet.
No,
yardage here and there, but
in his career he doesn't have a touchdown.
Even then,
That hurts,
Number
man.
4, I got Julio Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be this next, he was supposed to be the big tandem with Brown, but
It's true.
he gets maybe a couple catches. Like, he's not what he was.
No.
Number 3, I got Tyrod Taylor.
Ooh.
That injury really killed him.
Tyrod Taylor last week.
That injury killed him. Like,
Right.
he had those first 2 games were great. Got hurt. Next game, he's back to being a dud.
Yep.
Number 2, Austin Hooper. That guy,
Man.
wow. Wow.
Nosedive, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Number 1, I have Darrell Williams from the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the same
Like,
thing, right?
Everyone's answers, everyone's explanations for the slumps is just like, ugh. It's everyone who before your fantasy drafts, you took them way too early, and you're like, oh yeah, this guy, I'm gonna win the league. This is, oh my god, the upside on these guys.
Yep.
The only one it looks like I'm gonna hit on, and I'll take an L on this fantasy year in total, but like Rashad Bateman, maybe.
Yes.
In Dynasty, I drafted him and I traded him for a fair package. And I'm like, it did suck, but I needed it in the one league. So
I kept him on my arm. I'm like, I'll keep him there, just like hold him, and just like let him sizzle on my bench for a little bit.
The one COVID, they call it the COVID league that I'm in. Me and this other guy are literally like fighting it out for last place now. But the difference is, and its advantage for him is, I don't have my pick because my pick got traded away like at the way beginning of the season. And he has his first round pick. So I'm trying to get my first round pick back. And the guy's like, fuck no. I'm going to have this dominant team and the first overall pick. Fuck you, Bobert. So I was like, you know what? Fine. I'm going to start literally doing everything to win all these games. So Kenneth fucking Gainwell. Don't give me this. He'll be better next year. You don't drop a guy all the way to 4th on the roster if he's improving. Rant over. I still love you, Andrew. I know. My Kenneth Gainwell take was not the best. I still love him as a player, though. But in fantasy, oh, man.
Hey, Faubert, your Gators showed up now.
Ah?
Did they take it?
Yeah, it's like 70 to something now.
That's what you get. We let him play the
Congrats,
first half.
you finally showed up against a Division 3 team.
We let him play the
That's
first half.
never
We're like,
beat
listen,
a Division 1 team.
listen,
Congrats.
we'll give him
And
a
they
little
scored
bit of hope.
52 points on you.
It doesn't even
Yeah,
matter.
great job.
It
Great
doesn't
job.
even matter. 5 of those defensive players still getting drafted to the NFL.
You let them walk into your house and score 52 points on you.
Yeah,
Division 3 team.
your Florida players have really turned out well for my Jets. I mean, Loico Pirine, he's doing it. Jabari Thiga is incredible.
Yeah, Jared Davis and Tease Tabor, great in Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, this is for all of you, and I'm going to go in order. Go green. Fuck the Catholics, and I don't even know what college team. If you're UCLA, like, what are you, the gold?
I'm not a UCLA fan. This is
Okay,
just
I was like,
The Bruins.
the
Bruins.
The Bruins, yeah.
yeah.
Fuck the Bruins.
Josh Rosen. That's what we got.
Josh
Yeah,
Rosen.
Troy Aikman. Come on now, let's go.
Fair enough.
All
And
right.
Not football, but Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Russell Westbrook.
Oh, God. That's
Kevin
it.
Love.
No. Westbrook talk happened. We're done the show.
Lonzo Ball.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Entire Ball family.
LiAngelo Ball before he stole something from China.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Now we're going to get canceled because we brought up China.
Basically, LeVar.
Oh, God. Screw LeVar. Screw their dad, man. Their dad's a child.
Screw their dad.
This has been the Saturday edition of No
Jacob,
Sports
did you know he
Dynasty.
played for the Jets, LeVar?
Ah!
LeVar Ball was on the Jets. He was a practice roster defensive end for the Jets.
That's incredible. That's awesome. I think I did know that, actually. That has the same vibe to me as like Brock Lesnar played for the Vikings. Like, okay. You're like, all right.
There's literally only a couple of things that I want to own as a sports fan. Okay. I wanted the David Ayers rookie card, and I have it right fucking there. Oh, I made sure to get that. The goalie that beat
Emergency
Toronto.
goalie for
Let's bug Toronto about that one.
Damn right. I had to get that card. I'm also, this is the 2 cards that I really want that are not easy to get. Pat McAfee rookie card, duh, now.
Yeah.
and I forget her name now, but the goalie, the girl who was the goalie for the Tampa Bay Lightning for the exhibition game there. She actually has a rookie card as well.
Yeah.
And it is not easy to find that.
Oh,
but
God, no.
One of those other things I've always wanted, give me a Brock Lesnar white game-worn 69 Minnesota Vikings practice jersey. I don't care.
He had to play in a game to get a game-worn jersey, dude.
He did, though.
We already have a Vikings jersey. I already own a white Randy Moss jersey, which is one of my favorites that I own. But a Brock Lesnar jersey. Dwayne Johnson Miami jersey is hilarious also.
Give me those massive Brock Lesnar UFC gloves. They had to they go up to 2XL in their gloves. Yeah. They had to custom order him gloves because they were too small.
Or a Bill Goldberg Atlanta Falcons jersey.
Oh my God.
How about a Brock Lesnar statue of just his cauliflower ear?
No, actually, you know what? I'm not this I don't even want to say it, but I'm not going to lie. I am the type of person who would own things like this. I wouldn't mind to own Joe Theismann's cleats from the day that he had his, ankle injury or leg injury there.
Dude, he probably burned those.
Yeah. What's that, Robert?
The career ender.
Yeah.
He ended his career.
That's the type of things that I'm just that weird guy where I'm like, you can have all the,
hey, Brady, you say the last cleats he ever wore.
Hey, whoa, shit. Yes, I guess, right? Same with the Alex Smith one, right? I know. That was. I thought that was a comment that I would say. Alex just slides that in there. But I don't get me wrong. I do want to have some cool stuff. I know the $400 I could have spent to get Mike Allstats signed game-worn Super Bowl helmet, and I was like, fuck, I should have bought that.
That's cheap for that kind of stuff.
That's what I said, too. I was like, ugh. And then all of a sudden behind it was, what's that?
Jesus.
No. Oh, no. No. What was, it was the basketball. Was it Kobe? Kobe had the bleeding ankle and he had to do the free throw?
Yeah.
Yeah, that, I would own that.
What about the Kurt Schilling sock?
Thank you. I knew there was a baseball one in there somewhere. The Kurt Schilling sock. Hells yeah.
Johnny's gone now. We brought up baseball.
Yeah, Johnny's like, yeah, I'm fucking out of here. So, speaking of getting out of here,
Rose's betting tickets. We can get those.
What about that garbage can the Astros?
Yes.
I love Pete Rose, but man.
Oh my God, the garbage can the Astros. And the whole team signs it too.
Oh my God!
The buzzer that Jose Altuve wore on his shoulder.
Yes. I want the first ever baseball that Barry Bonds hit for a home run after he jabbed himself.
What about his needle?
No. Oh my God! No! This is for the Edmonton Oiler fans out here. Let's go with. I want Grant Fuhrer's blocker that had the little Coke ring in it. Every game, you just see him kind of do one of these and wipe his face and stuff.
Or Kelly Rudy's headbands that he wore.
Oh, shit, dude. I could get into some bad ones now, though. Oh my goodness gracious!
We should. There's a line we can't cross that line. I don't.
No, actually, hold on. This isn't crossing a line, but I want Claude Lemieux's jersey from March 15th, 1997. I want it, Robert.
I want Draper's jersey.
Oh. That's funny. I get bugged at work, and some guy was just like, every time. Oh my God, that's bad. Never mind. I can't say that one, but he said something about Draper that I screwed with him. I'm like, you do know that Draper's part owner of the Canadians, right? And he goes, what? It's like, yeah. So, yeah, but yeah,
I want. You know what I want. You know what I want, and this is.
Oh no.
You know what I want? I want the jersey. It doesn't even exist probably. But I want the jersey that Eli Manning had the Chargers jersey that Eli Manning had to hold
Oh,
when he was drafted first overall. That's got to be somewhere, right? Like that's
that's gotta be.
Eli probably burned it. Let's be real.
Yeah,
man, Jacob, that's a good one. Wait, what was the other one? Who was it? Was it
Elway?
Elway?
It was Phillip Rivers. It was Phillip Rivers had the other one.
Well, Elway with the Colts, yeah.
Thank you. Elway with the Colts, yep. Man.
Or Lindros with the Northeast.
Thank you. I was just thinking that one too. I'm like, get into hockey, get a couple of those.
You know what's a dope jersey to own? Michael Jordan White Sox jersey. I think that's a cool one.
Yes, or a Deion Sanders Braves jersey.
Yeah. Or
Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
The Royals.
The Michael Jordan 45 jersey.
Yeah.
That would be a nice one.
You know what jersey can F off? A Michael Jordan Wizards jersey. If you own that, shut up.
I did have a couple of questions in here we'll get to before we go. Oh, funny.
Slide that in there right before you brought up the serious questions.
Oh, God. So Ben Thompson asked, Aaron Jones for Diggs or Chase? Have Eckler and Mckesson already, need a wide receiver? So if this was Dynasty, I'm going with Chase. But if we're talking redraft, it's an interesting one where I'm still possibly going Chase, but I would.
Oh, good Lord. We got more awful comments coming in.
I'm gonna go with Chase. I'm gonna go with Chase. What does everybody else say?
Yeah.
The phone that Shannon Sharp picked up when he did that.
Oh, yes.
I think that's a good one.
Call it National Guard.
I want the Antonio Brown cleats that he used to step on the guy's face. Or was he the one who got stepped on? No, he stepped on.
Yeah,
he kicked the punter in the head.
Yeah, kicked the punter in that.
We're gonna get Damian Harris or Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Well, Damian Harris is out this week.
Yeah,
so
Jones.
Donovan Peoples-Jones was the number one sit, so good luck, man.
Hartnell Down tuning in says, do I trade CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Smith, and Zach Moss for Travis Kelce? My team is stacked. I have Kupp, Godwin, Diggs, Mixon, Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
My tight end is no offense and Logan Thomas.
Do that.
Yeah.
Do that trade.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce is gonna. I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time. He's gonna blow up. And he's been consistently okay.
If this is redraft, obviously.
Yeah. He's still the tight end one though.
What's that?
He's still the tight end one in fantasy right now, isn't he? Kelce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is he? Okay. So then I would
I think Mark Andrews actually jumped him now, I think.
I'd probably.
Yeah, but Andrews played this week and
I would do it, but if this was Dynasty, I wouldn't, only because of the age of Devontae and CeeDee, and Zach Moss will come back from an injury. So and
who knew? Who knew this Cup thing, right? What the hell? That's ridiculous. Nah,
I did.
That's like sure.
I did.
Yeah.
I said as soon as Stafford got there to go get Cooper Kupp because Stafford loves his slot receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said everyone should have drafted Cordero Patterson with the first overall pick this year.
Yeah. I love this though. Marv Albert's dentures.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, good Lord.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh no. People who aren't on camera right now have a lot worse comments than we can have.
O.J. Simpson's gloves.
I want the Bronco. I want the Bronco.
The actual Bronco itself.
I think the real Bronco was on Pawn Stars, I think.
I want Tiger Woods golf club that his ex-wife used to hit him.
Tiger Woods, I thought you were going for the card.
I'm not going to lie. If that be the case, I want the Tiger Woods golf ball that sat on the lip for like 5 seconds and then dropped. I want that because that is an iconic fucking ball, man.
I want anything Tiger Woods is on because that's pretty cool.
I mean, it's also very expensive to sell.
He's also Tiger Woods. He
ended up winning the green jacket off that shot, pretty sure.
I want an Arnold Palmer green jacket.
Yeah. You'll get that one day.
Yeah. That'll be a Value Village, and it'll be like, oh, it says Arnold Palmer on it. This
Yeah,
can't.
he'll get a green jacket with Palmer on it, and that's what he said.
Oh. Sorry, my dad humor didn't catch on.
I want the Aaron Rodgers immunization, whatever.
Oh!
That's what I need.
Oh man.
Magic Johnson's test results.
I want Urban Meyer's pants after the strip club or after that bar club he went to.
Oh no.
Did you see the guy who dressed up like that for Halloween?
I want a dental mold of Michael Strahan's gap. I want it too, specifically for playing like table soccer there. You know what I mean? Like little field goals.
That's a nice little kicking team.
Oh my god. I'm just trying to think of savage like sports things that you would want to own.
John Daly's drinking cups on the course.
I want a big poster of Pat McAfee's mugshot. That I can actually get, I think.
Yeah, you could probably get. I'm not gonna lie. When I get the new house and I get the little my area, I'm literally just gonna fill every damn wall with some crap like that. It's gonna be great.
Oh
yeah. I can't really think of any more, but like,
there's more. We'll come up with more.
I'm
awful ones, but
no, I'm gonna end it with saying Joe Paterno's pen. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of.
Oh Jesus!
I want guys. You know how I want Manti Te'o's girlfriend. Bye, everybody.
Laramie Tunsil's gas mask. Yeah. Which I'm going to hit right now. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. These are our guests. We got Robert Ewing, one of the biggest Denver Bronco fans we know, and also one of the guys that are in our Dynasty draft, who is also going to be helping, not necessarily start up, but it will be joining us in the next startup Dynasty draft that we are having going on. We also like to thank Jacob Charnow from 1252 Sports for tuning in today as well. I am Andrew Faubert. That is Alex Loosemore that way. There we go. Yep. We are North Sports Dynasty, and we thank you all for tuning in. We will be back next weekend talking more fantasy and all the other fun stuff. There we are. Thank you for tuning in. And now I will sing the song of my people to play us out. I can't actually do that because we would get canceled.